G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. I've been watching my favourite YouTubers as always. Been watching EzNix a lot lately. He's been uploading some videos and babysitting his Arch ISOs. I don't think I did that much work with my own kids. Just joking, of course. He's been talking about making your own ISO using his templates, and he's got all sorts of things on his website here. So I've gone ahead and downloaded his latest version of XFCE, and that's this one running here. So what I've decided to do is test out these scripts and see if I can achieve to make my own ISO. So I've been messing around with it. Had a couple of goes, got one running and then messed around with it a bit more and couldn't get Display Manager working. I did mention that to eznix that I'd failed once or twice, and he got interested in what I was failing in. It wasn't anything too complicated. If we have a look under Customs, Cinnamon, this is the one I've been playing around with. In the packages here, I've just put Papyrus icon theme because I put my own theme in the icons here, user share icons. I did have it in here because I have got it on file, but because I extracted it into the user share icons, but I thought maybe, because I did notice he had his own themes in here. So what I did was I looked up, if you go into super user, that's where I've been doing most things, so I can just arrow back up and I'll just do a search for themes. So dash capital S little s is a search in Arch, and just to make sure it's there, I'm pretty sure if it shows up on a search in Pacman, it should be available to install on normal install. I did try looking for my Quokka theme, this one here, and I did try a search for just Quokka. This one here doesn't show up, so it's obviously not in the repositories. So what I've done is user share themes, and I've got my Quokka in there. But in the packages, which is here in the main folder, packages by 8664. If we have a look down here, I commented his SDDM, and I've put in light DM, and that's all I did, and it didn't work. Upon boot, I had nothing. I was just logging into a pretty much a terminal type situation, and that's what my problem was. So I didn't want to bother EzNix and ask him what I was doing wrong. I tried to do some searching. He did make a video, and I just mentioned, I just put a bit of an LOL and said, yes, if you do change it, it is on you, and it may work, it may not work. And he asked me what was going on, and he led me to, which I didn't think I would have to look in here, because he did mention that in the steps -sh or .sh, pretty much all you want to do is change these things. But he wasn't talking about display managers, so fair enough. But if we go down, so what I've done is I've changed his English US to AU and my host name to PCTLC-EzEarch. And then if we go down further, he's got the links here. All I had to do was change SDDM to light DM in this comment here, in this text here. So that was, this text here was SDDM. And that's what I wasn't doing, and I wasn't aware that I had to do that. I just thought it would have pulled it in and it was going to run, but yeah, you need the links here, and I'm not up to speed on this stuff. I'm just going through some of the things that EzNix is doing. This must have taken such a long time to write, and I have so much respect for what he does. This is just really in depth. I know it's just install an Arch. To some people, this is probably just simple stuff. To me, it's not. So yeah, I've changed that to light DM. So what I probably need to still do is in the packages by 64, I've got the light DM. I've got the light DM-GTK-greeter. And I'm also going to put in the light DM -gtk-greeter-settings. Well, actually, what I should do first is check that it's actually in... Let me check if it's actually in the repos first. I'm not sure if it is, because if it's not, it'll probably fail. Let's do a search, lightdm-gtk-greeter-settings. Let's check that out. Oh, so it's come up, so it's there. So that's okay. So I'm assuming if you search and you find it, it should be okay to put in the packages here. Now, he does have another way of adding packages outside the repos. If we have a look at some of the stuff I've written down on my cherry tree here, I just love this program. I've got links here. This is add apps outside of the Arch repositories. Now, I've put his video here, and at 19 minutes, what I've done is I've written down the steps to do that. And then that's at the point where I'm at. I didn't finish it off because I really don't think I have anything to put in outside the Arch repos at this point. So I just left that at that stage. I'll come back to that later. So I've written these down. I was doing some research on the LightDM because at that point I was trying to find how to install LightDM. So I didn't realize I had to have that link in the steps.sh folder, which is what gets it all working. So I've written it all down here. Place preferred items into their respective locations. Backgrounds, copy wallpapers into user shared backgrounds. Icons, copy extracted icons into user share icons. And themes, copy extracted themes into user share themes. Well, actually what I'm doing is I've got a Charlie Henson folder. So I'm just putting the whole folder into backgrounds. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a Cinnamon build here. So it's easy to add a folder in Cinnamon backgrounds. It's really easy. And then there's the branding. So the branding, I had a look at EzNix's slide 1, 1920 by 1200. I think I made mine 1920 by 1080. It looked a little bit funny on because that comes up in Calamari's. Looked a little bit funny. On full screen it looked well, but on the small screen it looked like it was sort of tucked in. I don't know if that's normal. I might make it the same size as his. And my logo was a bit different size than 512 by 512. So I'm going to change that as well. Now there is the slideshow and all that. You can change different wallpapers on the slideshow. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go for one at the moment. Keep it simple. And in the profile def.sh, you can set the name of the ISO. So that's in profile.sh is here. And the name, ISO name, PCTLC -sin - actually that should be, that's the EzEarch, that should be. Save that. So what I've done in here is the packages. That's this one here, which is in the main folder. And EzNix had his folder in home, customs. So I put mine in customs as well. Probably don't need to, but I just thought I'd copy what he did to guarantee that it works. So I just wanted to make sure I was doing everything the same to make sure it works. 'Cause every time I go outside of what people are doing, it fails. So I'm trying not to be too creative, so to speak. So let's have a look here. All this stuff is Arch-based stuff, so not to be touched. I don't touch any of that. You got system here. I don't touch any of that either. That's all good stuff there. That's all stuff that can be used, not a problem. File system, I don't touch that. But multimedia, I like what he's got, what EzNix has got going here. Asunder, I like Asunder. Great CD ripper. And I've left a lot of the other stuff in there as well. I've added GIMP. I commented GUVC view. I don't use that. I use basically OBS for that. I've added Handbrake, Kdenlive, and I see he's got the libDVD CSS there. I've added LibreOffice-Fresh, OBS Studio. So I'm just trying this in VirtualBox, so I'm not going to bother with Pipewire. I am interested in trying Pipewire out, but a lot of people haven't given a lot of really good feedback yet, so I'm not sure about that one. Maybe I can try it out when I put this on real hardware maybe. Simple screen recorder, I think EzEnix already had that in there, I'm pretty sure. Quad Lebet is a small media player, so I'm going to stick with that. And that also brings in Xfelso, which is like EasyTag. So I think if you install Quad Lebet, Xfelso comes with it, I believe. So I cannot find it in the repos. I can't find it. I've searched. He's got VLC, I kept that in there as well. And like I said, I added Papyrus icon theme. And I've added my LightDM greeter. Now, the greeter is a completely black screen. So that's why I've added the settings so I can put a picture on it later. I don't know if you can actually put a picture on it at this point. I'm not sure. I don't know about that. But I'm happy to put the greeter settings in and just add pictures later. That's fine. So that's what I've done there. Thunderbird, yeah, and Telegram desktop as well. Zoom is not in there. Zoom is pretty much a flat pack, so I'd have to put flat pack support in there. So I'll probably do that after install. I'm happy with ViewNoir. I think that's okay. He's got Z in there as well. Z was a text editor, I think. I think it's a text editor. That's the Cinnamon text editor. And transmission. So all that. The only one I've taken out of EzEnix one, my Cherry Tree as well. Brasero was okay. A PDF viewer. I think a PDF viewer is a PDF viewer, although most of the time I'm using GNOME, it probably comes with document viewer, I think. I don't know. Or evince, I think. I think they're all pretty much the same. I don't know if this is a lightweight viewer. And also KeyPass XC I've put in there as well. So that's what I've done there. Let's have a look at the Etsy calamaris and the branding. EzEarch. Now, what I've done is I've commented EzEnix's logo with the .bk and also his slide with the .bk. And what I've done is I've replaced the logo with this one, but that doesn't stand out too well, so I'm thinking about changing that. And the size of that also is not 512 by 512. So that might be better off to be 512 by 512. And then this slide here, that's the background I've given. I made that myself. I had to adjust it. So I might change the size and scale that to 1080 by 1200. Oh, let's check out. I can't remember. Image 1920, sorry, by 1200. So mine is 1920 by 1080. So it might look better with the size that EzEnix has done. And this wallpaper here is the one at the end of install. I didn't realize that. So I'm thinking about changing that as well. So I want to change this logo out. And I've been thinking about changing this logo on my YouTube channel as well. Instead of the blue one. The blue logo that I've got is a picture of a PC board, I think, that I took running Solus quite a few years back, maybe 5 years ago or something. So, or at least before I started the channel, I just picked that out as random and just run with it. That's what I did. So what I'm going to do here, so there are all the changes I want to make, or they're the changes I have made to this build. So if I open up GIMP, what I did have is I had a, let's have a look, open, just got to remember where everything is. I think it's in GIMP picks Linux logos, I think, and Arch. Now I had a, that's the one I'm using, but that's what it was originally. Let's open that. So what I've done is I've, is that the image? Oh no, that's a .xcf. So that's the, always try and keep those .xcf for GIMP so I can always come back and manipulate it if I want to. So I've just moved this down to the bottom like so and moved this down so it's out of the way because EzEnix has some text during install. Actually, I moved this one down to there. And I move this one down to there. I think I made it a bit lighter because I can't see it now. And put this over there. So EzEnix's script will be coming across here. So I had to move these all over here. That's why he's done the wallpaper the way he did. So anyway, I'm not going to save that. I may not have saved the changes. I may have just exported that only. Yeah, I think I didn't change. So I may have to make the changes. Oh, there it is there. archwallpaper.xfc. That's the one. All right, so that's the one. And this one also, you can see the arch is made a bit lighter so you can see it. Move this one over a bit because the text was touching that. Maybe just slightly move that one over and slightly move this one over. It doesn't really matter too much. And let's image and scale image to 1920. Let's break that chain there, the link, and go 1200. Scale that. See, now that looks stretched, but it probably won't when it's in calamaries. So I'm gonna try that and see how we go. So I'm gonna save that as this one here, but put the size 1920 by 1200, so I know which one it is. Save that, and we shall export that. And that should be the same name as a PNG, so let's export that and export. And we can close that. I tend to get my images from Pixabay. I don't know if it's a good site or not, but it works well for me. I think I did a search a long time ago for computer, and that's where I got that computer from, because you're allowed to use these for commercial use. And that's probably the one there that I've done, I think, and I put the PCTLC logo in it. So that's probably what I've done there, I think, quite a while ago. So let's open up that one. Pretty sure that's in here, logo. So I've got a red one. I don't know what the I can't remember. Oh, that's just a that's a 220 by 181, and this one is a 900 by 740. So let's open the red one because I think the red one's a bit more outstanding. And when it comes to this light bit here, seem to lose the color a bit. It's hard to see. Yeah, that's the PNG, isn't it? I don't think I've saved that. Let's close that. Discard changes. I don't think it's a XCF, is it? Open that. No, they're all PNGs. So how about maybe I didn't save. Back then I probably didn't remember how to, just didn't bother to save as the file that goes with the GIMP program. I probably didn't do that. So I'm just gonna download this one. It's a free download. This one here is probably closer to the size I need. So let's download that. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's open that up. Let's do a logo there. PCTLC logo. Let's try 80. Maybe 90. Yeah, the text is always, I use serif, bold, italic is probably not best for a logo, I don't think. Let's move that. See how you lose that in that lighter area. So let's, I need a color that stands out more on that. So let's run through the list here. I don't know, sometimes I don't understand the way GIMP works. Let's just see what, I think a rounded one's probably better, looks better I think. That's a bit too bold. Maybe, oh that's not bad. Arial bold, I think rounded looks better. Arial looks better I think. What's that one? That one doesn't look bad. Cantarell bold, that doesn't look too bad. Let's put that at 90, see what that looks like. We can probably even go 100. Move that. And let's choose a color. A really bright red. Still hard to see that red, isn't it? I think I may leave it at that anyway. Let's see if we can scale the image to 512 by 512. 512 and tab that. Yeah, we're going to have to unlink it and make it 512 and scale it. It looks a bit odd, doesn't it? Maybe I should just keep the original size. Might be okay. It's a lot smaller than the other one. I'm still not happy with that text. It's hard to see. Maybe I'll go with black. Maybe black works better. Maybe I go with red there. Red. Red there. PCTLC. So you can see the rest of that in black. Well, actually, maybe that one should be red as well, and the rest. No, that one should be black. Definitely should be black. PC and TLC makes sense. So let's do it that way. Save that. Save as. I don't want to save as that name. We'll call it .xcf. Save that. And then let's export that. Yeah, it's all in uppercase, so that's why. That's okay, that'll do. And export that. Okay, that's done. So I might try those again. So what I'm going to do is copy that. Copy that into the shared folder. I've got a shared folder. Paste it there. So that's that one there. And then we'll go back to GIMP pics. I think it's Linux logos. I always forget where I put everything, to be honest. Arch. Wallpaper 1920 by 1200, so let's copy that to the shared folder. Paste that. Okay, so now we go back into here and let's grab that from the shared folder. Let's grab both at the same time and copy those over into customs. Cinnamon, EzEarch, calamaris, branding, EzEarch. Paste them in here. Okay, so my slide 1 is now going to be renamed to .bk as well. Oh no, I can't do that, can I? Forgot about that. Let's just move that to rubbish bin, shall we? Because we don't probably need that anymore. I've still got it on shared folder, so that's all good. And the logo as well, let's move that to rubbish bin and we'll just rename these. Rename that to, what are we renaming it to? Slide1.png. Slide 1. And this one here is rename logo.png. Okay. Then we've got this wallpaper here. So I have got some wallpapers that I've made. Linux logos, Arch. No, that's not a plain wallpaper, is it? It's not a plain picture. So we need, let's go back to pictures, wallpaper here. Aurora Arch. That could be a, I'm pretty sure that Aurora Arch is a Karl Schneider picture. I'm pretty sure. So I might copy that one over to Etsy calamaris branding, EzeeArch, paste it into there, and wallpaper PNG will rename that with .bk, and this one here will be wallpaper PNG. That way we'll just give it a little bit of our own spin. So I like to try out these little branding things. I don't like to go too complex on that. Just like to keep those simple. So I'm very sure that they're the changes I've made. Now I think also I need to get rid of the work and the EZ. I forgot to do that. And when I built the last ISO, it took a while to get started because I probably didn't delete those folders. So SU, so what I need to do is go back to, where was it? Remove as EzeeLinux. So that will remove this folder here. It's gone, and also the work one. So I'll just go back on that and type work. Or should I arrow up and make sure work was the right one? I'm pretty sure work is the right one, but I just better make sure on that. It's work, yeah. Yeah, it's work. So let's get rid of that. That one's the big one. It's got a lot of files in it. So don't want to keep that one there. So as you can see, that takes quite a while to delete that. And we're on VM, so it's going to take even longer. Okay, so that's done. So I'm pretty much ready to go. But what I'm going to do first is, before I build anything, I'm going to shut this one down. So what I'm going to do is go to PCTLC Arch Linux. I'm going to start up the one that I've done already, which is this one here. So let's open that and let's start that up. So I probably need to do a Control Escape to get the boot menu, and then we can start that CD-ROM, yep, and then do that. And I'll just show you what I've done with this one. Okay, so that's the light DM greeter. It's pretty plain, as you can see. So we're in the live. So let's start up the live. So one mistake I made is out of habit, I put a change desktop background. Now, if we're to add backgrounds into this and go to user share backgrounds, I must have put a capital B. I didn't mean to do that. I do capitalize a lot of things just to keep it neat and tidy. It's probably one of those OCD things. But yeah, I know I'm very aware that when it comes to things like this, they should not be capitalized. I think it's just a habit. If we go to backgrounds, there's my Charlie Henson wallpaper. We can open that. And then we can go there and choose some wallpapers from Charlie Henson. I like this one. It's quite nice. And also if we go to settings, you'll see that in themes, I've got Quagga Win Dark. And that won't show up until you change the controls to at least a dark one. It doesn't have to be the Quagga Win Dark, I've noticed. If you do Quagga Dark or Quagga Win Dark or Arc Dark, oops, wrong one. We go to Arc Dark. It doesn't matter. This will still show up as long as it's dark. So I think that's just the changes to GTK. And in this one, my themes were Papyrus. I did do the Dharma Dharmas. I like this one. It's not a Windows one, but it looks similar to Windows, but I like the way the links, if you've got links, it doesn't show links too much, and I quite like that. But you can't beat Papyrus. If we open Gparted, just real quick, you'll see that the icons are missing in Gparted here. So see these icons along here. If we change that to a different theme, you'll see the icons show up. Let's do that. So let's pick Papyrus Dark. And there you got your icons there. See, so that one doesn't do everything. So I'm just going to stick with Papyrus because that pretty much covers most icons anyway. And and if I'm to be completed, I would put probably Arc Dark for the menu. I quite like that as well. And there's my cinnamon pretty much up and running straight away. So icons are taken care of, themes are taken care of. Looks quite nice. From my perspective, it looks nice. So I'm pretty happy with that. And as you see, the GTK settings are not there. Light DM, sorry, light DM, it's not there. So it should be there on the next build. So that's the reason why I thought I'd take you on this journey, just to show you my next build and what it looks like compared to this one. And if we was to open up, if we was to do install system, and there you can see my little PCTLC logo up the top there, which is where EzeNix's logo would be. And then if we continue on through this, and you won't see nothing else until you start the install now. And there's and as you can see, that looks a bit odd unless it's full screen, and then it looks better. So I don't know whether the 1200 will make a difference, but we'll soon see. I'm going to cancel that. Yes. And I'm going to shut down. All right, so what I'm going to do now, and I've been messing around with that all week after work, just messing around with those files, watching EzNix's video, just to make sure I was doing it all right. he does a lot of work, eznix. He's always updating the ISOs and these templates. Just they must have taken a while to write too. From the start, to maintain's probably okay, but I wrote that small script for myself, which is still pretty much involved. This is my script, and that's auto mount the drive and install some of the icons and stuff, which I don't need to do now if I put it in this. But I'm not sure if I still want to run Arch, but I'm just trying eznix's templates and making my own ISO. And I might even put it on one of my laptops for like a travel computer or around the house. Well, I'm not doing much traveling at the moment, but around the house stuff. So this script copies my Thunderbird from my home, from my data drive to my home folder of the install and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, there's options there. Now that took me a little while to write. I just remember how long that took me to do that. So I can only imagine how long it took eznix to write all those templates and stuff. So that's just a huge amount of work. So I have a lot of respect for that. And I just thought I'd put it to use and see if I can make my own ISO, which does interest me. I've done that before with another one called something back. I can't remember the name of that thing, but I did make some ISOs quite a long time ago. And I did make some ISOs a long time ago. And it's always interested me to do that. But so eznix's templates are quite good for that. And I think he had some for Debian. I don't know if he still has. If he has, I might even make one from Debian to put on my main system. So I'm going to have to look into that. So let's go back into EzArch. So this should be a simple thing to do. I'm just going to start the build. But the other thing I wanted to mention, which is what eznix was saying, was I actually downloaded his EzArch and used the scripts. I downloaded the template from the website and that had errors, and I cannot remember what the errors were. And then I used the template that was on the ISO. So I remember he said that a lot of people have the problem the other way around. If you're using the template from the ISO and it doesn't work, get the latest template from the website. I had the opposite problem. So I noticed with my install that I was just starting then, that it's got the information prior to starting the install. It's got it top and bottom. So I thought the latest one that he uploaded had the newest calamari. So I don't know if I'm running a slightly older version here, because, you know, one day can make a difference to Arch. All I know is it's working. I may have to do another one. I may have to update the template, maybe, I don't know. But it's working and I'm pretty happy with that at the moment. So that's open in terminal, set root, su, password, and ./steps.sh. Enter that, and away we go with the build. So I'm gonna stop the video here and come back once the build is complete. So we just hit past 99%. It's just doing its thing now. So we'll wait for this to complete. Won't be too long now. I've had breakfast in between. And that is the ISO build complete. So we shall go to the customs folder, the sin folder, and to the out folder, which is where that will be. So let's close. Actually, what we'll do is we'll clear the screen, and we shall go to these two here. To the work one, we shall delete that, and the other one is the EzeeLinux folder. EzeeLinux, delete that, and that's those two folders deleted, so we can clear that up. And in the out folder is the ISO. So let's copy that to the shared folder. I've moved the other one. Didn't delete it, but I moved it, just in case I want to compare. And once that's in the shared folder, I can hook it up on VirtualBox. 2.2 gig, not too bad. So I'm going to do a proper install this time. So let's do that. And then let's choose a disk file, this one here. I don't know if it was the same name, didn't take any notice. Okay, and let's start that up. Okay, so I was getting nervous there that didn't make it to the login screen, so let's type live. It'd help if I probably clicked on that probably. Live, there we go. So I'm interested to see if the backgrounds folder is just backgrounds and it doesn't have two. So that's your standard backgrounds anyway. Let's add a folder, computer, user, share backgrounds. So it's just the one backgrounds now. Now we've got that folder there, open that up, done deal. Beautiful, look at that. Okay, let's have a look at the icon set and the themes. Let's just check that out. So I'm hoping Papyrus is in here. Quokka Wind Dark, that can be Arc Dark, that can be Quokka Dark. No, I want that to be Arc Dark as well, don't I? That Arc Dark looks better, I think. And Papyrus is there, yes. So Papyrus Dark, and there we have it. That's just on the live desktop anyway. Just thought I'd spruce it up a little bit. Let's just check out Gparted, make sure that all looks good. Gparted, and the icon's looking good there, so I'm happy with that. So the other thing we're going to have a quick look at before we install is applications. So my cherry tree is there, my KeyPass.exe is there, text editor's there. So games, oh well, that's Solitaire. That's a good choice, eznix Solitaire. I don't mind playing Solitaire. Haven't played it for a while, but we've got document scanner, Vue Noir, which is a image viewer. GIMP I installed. Internet, Telegram Desktop and Thunderbird are both there. Full LibreOffice. And yep, we've got a Sunder. That's 1, 2, 3, all eznix's choice. Handbrake's mine. Kdenlive's mine. OBS is mine. Quadlibet is eznix. I think Simple Screen Recorder is eznix as well, but I would have put that in there if it wasn't. Maybe I did, I cannot remember now. And VLC. And then we've got the administration, which is eznix's EzeeMaint. And GRSync, HTOP, Light GTK Greeter settings. Nice. That's all looking good. So let's do an install and see what it looks like. Let's type live. So I did cancel the last install, so I don't know what's happened to the file system on that. Hopefully it's okay. Install system, it didn't start. Maybe the file system's all messed up, so we'll go to G, but that's probably my fault, to be honest. I messed it up, I think. We'll just wait for that mouse to stop turning. I think maybe it can't find a proper file system or something. Let's sort that out. So let's just delete everything here. Delete. All right, so install is not working. I'd have to think that I've done something wrong. So it was working before, as you could see, but now it's not working. So maybe those PNG folders that are messing that up, maybe. I'm going to shut down. I'm going to restart just in case we need to do that. All right, so we're back in the live system again. Let's try install. Install system. Okay, so Calamaris does not want to start. So I've done something wrong. All right, so I'm going to check out the branding here to see if I've done everything correctly. And there it is. That's the problem. Must be this wallpaper's got 2 PNGs. Oh my. Maybe that's what it is. See what happens when you're not paying attention? That's probably what it's got to be. Slide1.png. I can bet that everybody watching this video knew that that was going to be a problem. Except for me. So that's changed. I'm hoping that's all the problem is. So I'm going to try this build again. And that's the way it has to be done. Unfortunately. So, open in terminal, super user, and steps.sh, and let's build. Okay, so I have spun up another ISO. I'm hoping that it has written over the one that was there already, which was there. I'm hoping it's done that. Control L. Let's just get rid of these folders here and the Relang folder as well, and that's done. So I shall copy that ISO into the shared folder. I'm pretty sure I got rid of the other one there. Yep. Okay, so let's copy that over. So if this doesn't work, I'm going to be disappointed, and it's going to be a long video. I don't know if the size of the pictures matter too much, but definitely that PNG being named twice with PNG would not have helped at all. So let's shut down and let's boot up the ISO. Okay, this is the moment of truth. So I've tested out all the themes and everything. We're just going to go straight to the install and hopefully everything works. Here we go. Yes. So now it's got, so it uses that wallpaper for the background as well, which was a lighter color before. Okay, that's what's happening there. So there's my PCTLC logo. So that wallpaper, I didn't realize it's using the back. I actually like the darker one a little bit. It's a bit easier on the eyes. So let's go next. Australia Perth is correct. Although the wallpaper's probably a little bit on the dark side, isn't it? English Australian, erase disk, and next. Let's go PCTLC. Let's try PCTLC this time. Let's just do test. I don't know why caps lock is on. I must have accidentally touched it. And let's do a password and use the same password for administrator account. Next. Yeah, we've got the two lots of information there. Now, at last video of eznix, he said that that's now gone. So, because he must have spun up another ISO since then. So my question to eznix is, do you use the templates on the ISO, or do you download the templates, or do you try the one on the ISO first? If that doesn't work, do you download the latest template? I'm not sure which way to go, but I'm using the one from the ISO on here. So I might have to download everything again. So let's install now. And that background there doesn't look any better than what it was before. So I don't think the size of the picture mattered in that case, but I have moved that logo over a little bit, so it does fit the text in a little bit better. So I'll let that install and we'll check it out after it's complete. Yeah, the documentation still is a little bit over the Arch logo there. That Arch logo might be better off probably up in the top corner. So these are the things that you can take note when you're installing, and then you can make adjustments to your pictures and so forth. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. That I wonder if probably a smaller picture would be better there. Maybe something a bit smaller. I don't know what eznix's look like. I cannot remember actually. That logo, the PCTLC, stands out much better the way I've done it there with the different colors. Looks good. One thing I didn't put in here was Blender. Now I normally use Blender. I was using Blender for quite a while, then I switched back to KDN Live, and that's been working pretty well for me. So I just realized that I was in the way of the Arch Linux thing down there. I do that all the time. You probably could have seen it when it was smaller, but you might not have seen it when it's full screen because I was in the way. I always forget to look at the camera. I'm still trying to get used to that. I just always forget where the camera is. And that is the install complete, and that's my background there, that Arch Linux background. So we'll click on done and I'll shut down the system and let's check it out. And here we are at the login screen, Light DM login screen. Actually, I'm putting in my live password, and there we have it. Right click, change desktop background, add pictures to background, other locations, computer, user share backgrounds, add the Charlie Henson background images, and let's just put that one up there for now. Let's go to settings, themes, Quagga Wind Dark, Papyrus Dark, Arc Dark, and Arc Dark. And that's it. My system is up and running, ready to go. So that's pretty much it. Now the other thing I will do is the Light DM GTK greeter settings. The appearance, I want to use an image. Use user wallpaper if available. No, I want to put my own image. So we'll go to the backgrounds folder again. Unfortunately, I don't have a something to view that. We need to probably edit the preferences there for Nemo and display, I think it is. No, preview. Let's see. Yes, max, always. Okay. And let's go for this one here. Timekeepers, that's the one. Now, the other thing I wanted to do is let's go to my Dropbox. Let's copy that over to, well, actually, let's just put it in pictures for now. Paste, and let's open as root. Copy that to user share backgrounds. Paste that. Okay. The theme we want as Quagga Wind Dark. Icons will be Papyrus Dark. Let's select file for that one. File system, user share backgrounds, and use that logo. Okay, and save. Now if we log out, there we have a nice login screen. So that's easy enough to mess with the GTK, Light DM GTK settings. Software is all there, which is what I wanted. This is what sort of inspires me to, there's two reasons why I want to do my own ISO. One, it allows you to customize everything, and instead of installing a distro and having to go through the motions of installing this package and that package and whatever, it's all there already. And secondly, it's got all the themes built in, just enough themes. The icons and the themes, it's not many, it's only 3 or whatever. Built in already, I can just quickly change the desktop to look the way I want it to look, and I'm up and running pretty quickly. So there's probably a couple of questions there if I'm putting it on my main system. Bluetooth is one thing I'm probably going to need, because I use Bluetooth a lot. And I think if I have a look at my cherry tree and have a look at Arch install Arch Bluetooth. So that's probably the way I can install Bluetooth after install. I don't mind if it's after install. That's not too big a deal. So I've got everything I need customized to suit me, the desktop environment I want. And if I wanted to, I could probably make a couple of ISOs, one for GNOME, one for Cinnamon, and that covers both desktops that I like. And the other thing that I really appreciate is that it comes with calamaris, and I prefer to install with calamaris. It's easy, it's simple enough, I understand it, I don't make any errors normally on calamaris, and no matter what system I'm installing on, I'm confident to do that. There's a lot of positives there in spinning your own ISO. I'd like to say, eznix, thanks for all the hard work that you do, because that's a nice, clean way of doing an ISO. So I'm not sure if there's a way of adding Bluetooth in before you do the ISO or not. All those little things there, I'm not sure. If you're making any videos about it, it'd be appreciated. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But this is really good stuff. I'm not stopping here. I'm going to download the latest ISO from eznix, from EzeeArch. Now, I don't know whether you download the latest ISO and use the templates on that, or you just download an ISO and download the latest templates. But when I did that the first time, there must have been a mismatch somewhere with the Arch thing, because it came up with an error. So yeah, once I used the template on the ISO itself, it worked. So that was a different problem to what eznix was talking about in his video. So that's interesting, but just a slight hiccup, nothing too dramatic really. You just keep trying till something works. But I'm pretty happy with this result, but I'm not stopping there. I want to put Blender in as well, just in case I want to use Blender. Don't know if Flatpak can be added prior to ISO build as well, all those little things, but Flatpak's easy to put in place anyway. I've found that using Kdenlive as a Flatpak, it doesn't update, or not on Pop! OS anyway. I don't know if there's probably a way, I haven't looked at it, but I'm happy to use the one build at the moment because I know it's working. So the only thing I noticed with Pop! OS is some of my videos go out of sync after rendering with Kdenlive. And that's because when OBS does an update, if I've adjusted the audio sync, it goes back to 0. So I noticed that today, and I had to change it back again. So I've changed it back, and I'm hoping this video is not out of sync. That's becoming a big problem for me, video out of sync. But anyway, I digress from what's going on here. I'm really happy with this process, and I'm gonna continue probably another couple of builds, but I'm gonna download the latest ISO and templates from EzeeArch, try again. I know roughly what I'm doing now. I've got it all written down in Cherry Tree, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then I can just follow that. And I've got all my logos done, and they're all saved, so all I need to do now is just copy them over. They seem to work once they're named correctly. So anyway, that was my building my own ISO, my PCTLC ISO. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting and informative, and thanks for watching.